Stop watching this video right now if you like your furniture looking like a war zone. Seriously, pause it. Go look at your couch. Look at those little threads hanging off the armrest. Look at those deep claw marks that look like a tiny bear had a meltdown. That is your cat saying, "I own this." And you hate it. You've tried the spray bottles. You've tried the loud noises. You've tried the sticky tape that pulls their fur out. Nothing works. You're frustrated. You are tired of spending money on new sofas. And honestly, you are starting to think your cat actually enjoys watching you cry over a shredded curtain. But what if I told you that the solution is not about stopping the cat at all? What if I told you that the answer takes exactly 5 seconds? Not 5 days, not $500. 5 seconds. And it works every single time. Stick with me, because this one weird rule changes everything. My name is not important. What is important is that I have spent over 10 years studying feline behavior. I have sat in rooms with aggressive cats. I have sat with anxious cats. I have sat with cats that veterinarians gave up on. And every single time, the problem came down to one massive misunderstanding. We humans think cats scratch to be mean. We think they scratch to destroy our stuff out of spite. That is a lie. That is the biggest lie we tell ourselves so we can feel like the victim. The truth is far more fascinating. Cats scratch because they have to. It is not a choice for them. It is biological. It is survival. It is their fingernail maintenance, their emotional therapy, and their Instagram post to the outside world all rolled into one. When you try to stop a cat from scratching, you are fighting nature. You are fighting a tiger in a tiny furry body. And you will lose. You will always lose, unless you change your strategy, unless you stop trying to control the cat and start controlling the environment. That is where the 5-second rule comes in. But before I give you that golden rule, I need you to understand exactly what is going on inside your cat's fluffy little head. Because when you understand the why, the how becomes laughably easy. Let us talk about the real reasons behind the destruction. Number 1 is communication. Your cat has scent glands in their paws. When they scratch your brand new leather chair, they are not trying to ruin your day. They are leaving a message. They are saying, "I live here. This is mine. I feel safe." It is a visual mark and a smell mark combined. You cannot see the smell, but other cats can. It is like a neon sign that says "No vacancy for intruders." Number 2 is nail health. Cats shed their outer claw sheaths. Scratching pulls off the dead layers. It keeps their weapons sharp and clean. If you declaw a cat, which I hope you never do, you are taking away their first line of defense and their primary grooming tool. It is cruel. Number 3 is pure physical release. Scratching stretches their spine. It stretches their shoulders. It flexes their back muscles. Imagine you sat on a couch for 18 hours a day. Your back would hurt. You would want to stretch. Cats stretch through scratching. It feels amazing to them. It releases endorphins. It is their morning yoga. So, knowing all of this, why does the spray bottle fail? Because you are punishing a natural instinct. Your cat does not connect the water to the act of scratching. They connect the water to you. You become the scary monster. They learn to scratch when you are not home. They learn to do it at 3 a.m. when you are sleeping. You are not teaching good behavior. You are teaching them to hide bad behavior. That is a terrible strategy. And that is why most advice online is absolute garbage. That is why you have tried everything and nothing works. Now, let me introduce you to the 5-second rule. This is the part that sounds too simple, but simple works. The 5-second rule states this: within 5 seconds of your cat showing interest in a piece of furniture, you must redirect them to an appropriate scratching surface. That is it. That is the magic. But here is the kicker. It only works if you have the right surface in the right location. Most people buy a scratching post and throw it in a corner. That is a mistake. A huge rookie mistake. Your cat does not want to scratch a post hidden in the basement. They want to scratch the most prominent object in the room. The couch is in the center. The couch is where you sit. The couch smells like you. They want to scratch where you are. So you need to place the scratching post directly in front of the couch. I mean directly, like 2 inches away from the armrest. You have to make the post more appealing than the furniture. And you have 5 seconds to do it. 5 seconds to grab their paws and gently place them on the post. 5 seconds to wiggle a toy on the post. 5 seconds to reward them with a treat the moment their claws touch the post. Let me tell you a story about a client I had. A woman named Sarah. She had a 3-year-old tabby named Mango. Mango destroyed 6 couches in 2 years. 6. Sarah was at her breaking point. She was going to rehome Mango. She was crying on the phone. She said, "I love him, but I hate him." I visited her house. I watched Mango for 10 minutes. He walked over to the new couch. He raised his paws. And Sarah screamed. She screamed so loud that Mango ran away. I told her to stop yelling. I told her to stay calm. I told her that the next time Mango even looks at the couch, she has 5 seconds. She has to move fast, but she has to move gentle. The very next day, Mango approached the couch again. Sarah took a deep breath. She counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She grabbed a feather toy and dragged it to the scratching post beside the couch. Mango followed the feather. He hit the post. He dug his claws in, and Sarah gave him a piece of chicken. She repeated this for 3 days. 3 days. That was all it took. Mango now prefers the post. Why? Because he gets attention. He gets food. He gets a reaction. The couch gives him nothing but a human screaming and running at him. Which one would you pick? But here is where things get interesting. Here is the emotional twist that most experts do not tell you. The 5-second rule is not just about saving your sofa. It is about trust. Every time you redirect gently, you build a bridge. You are saying, "I see you. I understand your needs. I am helping you, not punishing you." Cats are sensitive. They read your energy. If you are angry, they feel that. If you are stressed, they feel that. And they respond to stress with more stress, more scratching, more peeing outside the litter box, more weird behaviors that make you want to tear your hair out. The 5-second rule forces you to be present. It forces you to watch your cat. It forces you to move with purpose and love. And that changes the dynamic of your entire relationship. You stop being the enemy. You become the teammate. Imagine looking at your cat and not feeling resentment. Imagine walking into your living room and not feeling dread. That is the real reward here. The couch is just a bonus. And let me tell you another secret. Cats love routine. They love predictability. If you use the 5-second rule consistently for 1 week, the behavior becomes a habit. Their little brain rewires. They think, "Oh, this thing over here is the right place to stretch." And they will do it automatically. I have seen cats that scratched constantly turn into angels. I have seen rental deposits returned in full. I have seen marriages saved. I am not joking. One couple I worked with was fighting daily about the cat. The husband wanted to kick the cat out. The wife was in tears. After 2 weeks of the 5-second rule, the husband was praising the cat. He was bragging about how smart the cat was. The cat was sleeping on the husband's lap. That is the power of understanding animal psychology. That is the power of patience. So, let us wrap this up. Stop buying expensive sprays. Stop buying those double-sided sticky sheets. Stop spraying water. Stop yelling. Stop feeling like a victim of your own pet. Your cat is not a villain. They are an animal with instincts. And you are the human with a brain. Use that brain. The 5-second rule is your new best friend. You have a tiny window of opportunity. When you see those eyes lock onto the couch, you have 5 seconds to redirect. Have treats in your pocket. Have a toy in your hand. Always keep a scratching post or cardboard pad within arm's reach of the danger zones. The living room, the bedroom door, the hallway corner. Those are the hot spots. Cover them. You might mess up the first few tries. That is okay. You might miss the 5-second window. That is okay. Try again. The next time, you will be quicker. Your cat will start to look at you when they want to scratch. They will literally look at you, then look at the post. They are asking for permission. That is the goal. That is the dream. You went from enemy to ally. You went from destroyed furniture to a peaceful home. It really is that simple. But simple does not mean easy. It takes effort. It takes consistency. But if I can teach a grumpy old tomcat named Mango to stop attacking a leather sofa, you can teach your kitten, or your senior cat, or your grumpy rescue. I promise you. If this video helped you even a little bit, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm show this to other frustrated cat parents who are about to give up on their furry friends. Share this video with someone who owns a cat. Text it to your sister. Send it to your neighbor. Save a sofa. Save a relationship. Save a cat from ending up in a shelter. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Tap that subscribe button right now. Turn on the notification bell so you do not miss the next video. I have a video coming up about the 3-second trick to stop biting that will blow your mind. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you have a couch destroyer? Tell me your worst cat scratching story. I read every single comment. I want to hear about that one chair that never stood a chance. Drop a comment, like and subscribe. And remember, the next time your cat raises those little murder mittens, count to 5, stay calm, redirect, and watch the magic happen. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.